welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 38. So today I just want to talk about things I was able to do during June. It was kind of a busy month, so I don't feel like I got a whole lot done. So I don't know. And it's mostly going to be clips and a few pictures because some of the things were gifts or had to be mailed in, so I don't have those with me anymore. So the first thing I got finished was some doll clothes to donate to Wings. So those have been shipped off to Rose, and I will insert a little clip here showing those. Hi guys, real quick I just wanted to show you the doll clothes that I made that I'm going to be hopefully putting in the mail tomorrow to send to Rose for Wings. So I'm just in my room, so I'm being kind of quiet because the kids are asleep. What I did was I just wanted to make just like t-shirts and jeans, since everybody else has been donating like really cute frilly dresses, just in case there's like boys or boy dolls or just more gender neutral-ish for some girls that don't like to wear dresses, I guess. So I used Pamela's Adoring Crochet. Her pattern for the scrubs pattern is what I used for the pants, and I shortened one pair to make them into shorts. And then I was going to use the shirt pattern, but I messed up on it, and so I ended up using the shirt pattern for from her soccer outfit, and that has shorts with it too, but they're basically the same as the pants, just shorter. So I could have used the soccer pattern for the whole thing, I guess. And the soccer shirt in her pattern is 2 different colors, but I just did 1 color. So I'm going to apologize for the hair on these dolls because my girls don't take super good care of them, which is why we don't spend lots of money on the fancy ones. But here is the first one. So that one's pants and green shirt. And then the other one is just a blue shirt and then like jean shorts. The shirt has like a slit right here on the back so you can get it on and off. The instructions didn't say to add a button or anything, so I didn't. I feel like, I don't know if it was supposed to or not, because I know some of her other patterns have you add a button on the back to hold it together a little better, but yeah. I don't know what there is really to say about them other than just to show you what they look like on a doll. The pants, the color I used, it's an I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I don't remember what the exact color is. I just thought they looked like jeans, so and then the shirts are just Red Heart Super Saver, like old ones that are scratchy, but just whatever basic colors that I had. And that's all I had time to make this month. I want to get them out in the mail, so I'm not gonna make any more. So hopefully I can get that done tomorrow, and I'll do another video soon showing other things, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys. Next, one of the projects that I brought to Jamaica with me on our trip. So I wanted to bring one kind of like mindless project and then one a little bit more complicated, like you have to actually follow a pattern and think about type of project. So the harder project was this mermaid doll thing that I was making for one of my my girls' friend for her birthday. They're both kind of friends with her. She's like in between both my 2 girls' ages, so they both play with her. Anyway, so it was her birthday this last week. She had her party, so I had to finish that and get it to her. So I did do a little clip showing that, so I'll insert that here. Hi guys, I wanted to come on here real quick and show you the mermaid that I finished. This is a gift for a girl whose party is tomorrow, and I don't have time to make a full video right now. So the lighting down here is really weird. So I'm sorry that the pink is so bright. It is almost that bright in real life. That's better. So this is a pattern by 3 AM Grace Designs, and I'll have that link down below. This is one of the projects that I brought to Jamaica with me to work on. I worked on it just like at the hotel, in our room at night, before heading to bed, or if we had a few extra minutes where we weren't really doing anything, I would work on it, but not much. So in Jamaica, I had since it's two-sided, I had the first side pretty much done. I think it was pretty much done, besides maybe like the hair tie wasn't attached. But then at home I had to do the second half and then add like the cheeks and the little bra part and the ruffle and the eyes and the mouth, and then sew it together and stuff it. So yeah, this wasn't like a super complicated pattern, but it did have a lot of little steps. Let me see, I forgot what I was gonna say. So the yarn I used, these two I think were like Super Saver, or this one might have been a Big Twist. This pink was something that my daughter gave me for Mother's Day, so it was like a weird brand I'd never seen. And this was, I love this cotton, and I didn't love how when I was stuffing it, you can see like the stuffing through, and it's mostly on the cotton parts. Like the hair is fine, and you know, these are not too bad. You can't really see any of the stuffing through it, but definitely on the arms, I don't know what I could have done differently. I kind of wish there was more direction on, like, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to put like the face and like the bangs and the ruffle and everything on both sides, or I just chose to leave it one-sided. There was never any pictures of like a finished one being one side and the other side both done. I thought it'd be weird to have a double-sided doll, so I just left it one-sided. And yeah, it was kind of a pain to do the single crochets all the way around and changing colors, so I ended here, and that's why that looks a little weird. Excuse me. And then I don't know if I did the bangs right, because you can see the color through there, the skin color, I guess. But yeah, so I think overall she's cute and she'll probably like it, but I don't know if I'd make it again, honestly. So just because it was kind of time consuming and I just wasn't really sure how to do a lot of things. Oh, like when you're sewing the two pieces together, I wasn't sure like where to start to make the best use of like trying to stuff all the parts. So I think I started here and went around, and you change color as you're going around. And then when I got to over here, I started stuffing down into the hair tie or the ponytail. And then I started stuffing up into here as I was going around. And then getting stuffing inside the arms was a pain. And then I realized once I got down to here that I wasn't going to be able to like stuff down into the holes or into the fins if I did this section last. So I ended up stopping somewhere, leaving like this part open and then attaching here, and then I single crocheted that around and stuffed that, and then I came back and finished from here to here and stuffed that as I went. So I mean, just little things like that. They say they're beginner patterns, and I'm definitely not a beginner, so I feel like a little bit extra advice on things like that would make it even more beginner friendly. But I think that's maybe just me. I don't know. I like to have lots of details on how you want things done, not just do it by the picture, do whatever you want by the picture or whatever, you know. Yeah, so I need to go wrap this and get it ready for her party tomorrow. and I will talk to you guys later. And then my third finished project, I didn't do a video clip. I just took a few pictures. So this one was, as I was finishing up the mermaid, I realized that my second daughter's basically best friend's birthday was coming up, and he wasn't gonna have a birthday party, so it didn't like dawn on me that that we should get him a present. And so I decided to work on one. It took me about a week to make, and we finished it the day after his birthday because we had I had something going on here at the house that I needed to get ready for. So it wasn't quite done in time, but we still got it to him. So it's this little Batman, um, and I followed a tutorial here on YouTube, and it was interesting because there was no like voiceover. It was just they like wrote on the screen what you would do for each round, and then they would just kind of show you the different steps when it wasn't just like the normal round. The only bad thing about that was I didn't know when, like when you do amigurumi, sometimes you leave long tails, sometimes you weave tails in, and this was like a 5-part. She did like 5 different videos um, to do different parts, and then the last video was the assembly, and that's when she showed weaving in ends and where you put things together. So I felt like there was one that I weaved in an end that I should have left long to sew together, and it would have been nice to know ahead of time. Um, but that's just me. The pattern, it was pretty simple to follow otherwise. So I'll link that down below and show you some pictures. I did something weird with where the legs combine. There's like a little bit of yarn that was still kind of poking out. I tried to get a picture of it. Um, and they're not loose. I like pulled on it thinking it was an end that was coming loose, and it's not. So I don't know what I did there. And the only thing I did differently with the Batman is I left off, she had like a little circle, like a little oval of felt with the Batman symbol in black. So it was like a yellow felt, and then the Batman symbol in black, like puffy paint or whatever, the fabric paint that's in the little squeezy bottles. And I just left that off. I thought about crocheting a little oval and then doing that, but I just wanted to get it done and get it to him, and I thought it looked fine without it. So and it kind of bugged me that she used like a gold color yellow for the pattern, but then it was like a bright yellow piece of felt, so I would have done it differently if it was me. But yeah, so he really liked it. His mom was really excited. She thought it was really cute. So I got that done. So I forgot to mention for the Batman, they had you use safety eyes, but they somehow attached them after the head was already stuffed and finished and ends woven in and everything. It was part of the last video part of like out of her 5 parts, and it didn't show how she added the eyes. It was just like magically there's eyes and magically there's a little emblem on the chest. So I just used safety eyes and put a little bit of hot glue on it when I stuck it in, so hopefully that holds it good enough. And I was really the whole time hoping that there was going to be some sort of explanation of how they got the safety eyes on after the head was already sewed up together, but there was no such explanation. And then so that's all my finished objects, I think. I did finish a bunch of towels that I put up for sale here locally. I was a little bummed because I only sold about half of them. I think I made 13, and yeah, I think I only sold half of them, and some of them were like patriotic, so I was hoping those ones would sell, like because I posted them on Monday, and it's Saturday now, so it's a little bit before 4th of July. So I was hoping with that holiday coming up, people would want to buy them, but oh well, I guess I can save them for next year or whatever. So that took up a lot of time too, was just finishing all those. I hadn't made any towels since the Easter ones that I had made, because May was kind of crazy, so I didn't get any done then. So My only like real work in progress right now is the baby blanket I'm making for my friend. And this was the mindless project that I brought to Jamaica with me. And so the mermaid I only really did like in the hotel room. I don't remember if I said this on the clip. Just like in the hotel room if we had a few minutes waiting for things, or like before heading to bed or whatever. The blanket I worked on, the first flight was like at midnight, so we just slept. And then the second flight, so we had 2 flights there and 2 flights home. So the second flight there, I worked on it. And then on the flights home, I didn't work on it because I was always in the middle seat and I didn't want to elbow the person next to me. So I just read a book on my phone instead. But I did work on it at the airport. We had like 6 or 8 hour layover in Miami. So I worked on it at the airport a lot too. So this is going to be a baby blanket when it's done. And I'm using the, it's a Creative Grandma Stitch of the Week. It's the Moss Stitch Ripple. I'll get it up close so you can see the texture there. And I'm using Karen's Skinny Cake, and my daughter lost the label. It's like raspberry ganache. So I still have quite a bit of yarn left here. So I might be able to get the whole blanket using just one. And I did notice I made a mistake. So if you can see here, these first few rows have more stitches than the rest. Somehow in one of these rows right here, I skipped a stitch somewhere. So this last chevron going back down, you only have 3 stitches instead of 4. So I might have to add a border or something at the end to kind of smooth that out and make that less obvious. The other side is fine. The other side I didn't mess up. So I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so I like the moss stitch is one of my favorite stitches, even though it's single crochets and moves kind of slow sometimes. I just like the subtle texture it gives, and yeah, I just like how it looks, and it's just easy and kind of mindless to do. And the ripple is pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Her tutorial seemed a little confusing at first, but then once you've got it, it makes sense. The only other thing I have to show you is a project that I actually did before our Jamaica trip, and I forgot to show you on my last like real video, because I'm gonna frog it, so I forgot about it. So I made a bucket hat out of this Casey raffia yarn. This is from Joann's, and it's falling apart. And I used a pattern for, it was specifically for raffia yarn. It was for a different brand that they used, but so here it is. It doesn't look horrible, but I decided it was way too big for my head. And I just didn't like how like I couldn't see. So I decided I'm gonna frog it. There you go. I'm gonna frog it, and I think I originally bought this yarn to try to make a bag out of. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Making it though, it was really hurting my hands, so I'll have to see what size hook I used and maybe make sure not to use anything smaller than what I used for this one, because it might hurt my hands even more if I go down a hook size. Yeah, so I mean, the pattern wasn't bad. I just don't know if using a different yarn that she used, or maybe I just have a weird head. It just wasn't going to work. So I was hoping to wear this like in Jamaica. I'm not much of a hat person, so I don't know if I really would have worn it, but yeah, so I like the color, and it was just interesting working with it. Like, it wasn't bad, it just hurt my hands after a while. So yeah, so I'm gonna carefully frog that. This used a whole one and then some of the second one. So I'll see if I can frog it carefully and make it into like a market bag or something like that. Yeah, so that's only been 10 minutes of me talking. Obviously there's clips in there, but yeah, this is just going to be a pretty short video. I don't have much going on as far as like other things getting finished. I was kind of having a weird moment today where like the only works in progress I really have is this blanket, and I have like all these things in my head, things that I need to make or I want to make, and I just don't know where to start, I guess. So I forgot to bring it down here, but I just did like a brain dump on a piece of paper and I wrote down everything that needs to be made or I want to make, whether it's for like fall craft fairs, and like birthday presents coming up. My daughter's birthday party is going to be at the end of August, things like that. So I could just get it all out on paper, and then I tried to like put priorities on things, like the things that need to be done by like August versus things that need to be done by November, you know, are a little different. So this blanket's, the baby blanket's one of the priorities. I don't know, it was just like I was kind of freaking out in my head a little bit, but everything I want to do, but I don't know if I'll get to everything. I almost was like, do I even want to try to do a craft fair in the fall, because I don't have any hats made. I haven't made any necklaces in a while, so I don't have like a large stock of anything. So I almost feel like it might be a waste of my time to try to do that if I don't get some of these things started being made. So I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. And then stuff with my husband's job's a little bit going crazy right now. We don't know everything that's going to happen. He's trying to get a new job and we don't know if it's going to work out or not. And that's why at the beginning of the year I talked about maybe doing a crochet along this summer. But since like the beginning of March, we knew that things were going to be kind of changing this summer as far as jobs go. And I just couldn't handle the planning of that with all this life stuff going on. So maybe next year I can try to do a crochet along. We'll see. But yeah, so that's all that's going on here. And I hope you guys are all doing great. I forgot to mention at the beginning, welcome to any new subscribers and thank you for being here. And thank you for everybody who leaves comments. They're always fun to read, and you always have good ideas and stuff. So yeah, that is all for today, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.
Let's go!